Just don't involve Aaron Moy in the conversation, with the midfielder insisting he's happy with life at Huddersfield Town. I'm just trying to enjoy the World Cup. It's my first, and it might be my last, he said. I'm very happy at Huddersfield. It's a great club for me and I'm proud to be a Huddersfield man. Moy is one of just 3 Socceroos playing at the top level in a top European league. Matt Ryan, Brighton, England; Matt Leckie, Hertha Berlin, Germany; and Moy, Tom Rogic, at Giants. Glasgow Celtic is certainly at a big club, it's just that his opponents in Scotland leave something to be desired. The rest of the squad is based at lesser European lights in Asia, the A-League, and so there's plenty of room for Australia's best players to improve the club's surroundings. Those on the move might include key defender Trent Sainsbury, Jackson Irvine and Jamie McLaren. Sainsbury has been on loan at Grasshoppers in Switzerland from his Chinese club Jiangsu Suning, where his deal expires at year's end. I'm contracted for 6 months. I'm in the shop window and we'll see what happens, he said. The Chinese haven't given us a decision yet. We just have to wait and see what the verdict is. There's no shortage of interest in Daniel Arzani, contracted at Melbourne City in the A-League. And then there's Tim Cahill, who is currently without a club. The 38-year-old hasn't been drawn on his playing future, but if he's to continue beyond Russia and onto January's Asian Cup, he'll need to find somewhere to play his club football. Massimo Luongo is another that might play at a higher level, with ex-manager Ian Holloway claiming the Queen's Park Rangers midfielder is good enough for Manchester City or Barcelona. But Luongo, 25, is settled and happy in London with his young family. I've got a real understanding with the club, the fans, and it's a great place to be for me, he said. Melbourne City insists the star teenager isn't for sale, but there's no shortage of suitors for the youngest man in Russia. Dutch clubs have been linked, but surely if Arzani was to leave home it'd be in a similar style to Moy, shipped to parent club Manchester City and loaned out. FFA Chiefs will be praying the poster boy stays in the A-League for another season. Jiangsu Suning, China. Sainsbury has been frozen out in China under rules that allow the club to only field 3 foreign players. He's maintained his superb form in a national shirt through loans to Italy's Inter Milan and Grasshoppers of Switzerland, and wants to shore up his club future ahead of coming out of contract at the end of the year. Darmstadt, Germany. Another who has struggled to make an impact at his parent club and has been forced to make do with a loan move. McLaren shined bright in Scotland, netting enough goals for Hibernian to force his way into the Socceroos. But if German second-tier home Darmstadt isn't convinced of his worth, McLaren will be keen to move to ensure he doesn't stagnate. Hull City, England. A superb talent for club and country, Irvine could be due a move. The 25-year-old has called England's second-tier championship home for 2 seasons, shining bright for Minnows Burton Albion and moving to Hull City. The Tigers finished 18th last season and Irvine will have hopes of competing for silverware, testing himself at a higher level. Unattached. What's next for Timmy? The Socceroos legend has been selfless in Russia, putting the team's ambitions beyond any sort of guessing game on his future, but the time will come when the 38-year-old will reveal whether he's giving the game away or saddling up for another season. Might he find one last payday in the Middle East? China are back home in the A-League.